Hello, guys. What's up? We're going to get started right away. I don't want to waste anybody's time. We have a lot to talk about, something that we're really passionate about, and we want to make sure you get all the information. So let me just kick this off. My name is Michael Ullman. This is my wife, Heather, and she's going to tell her story in just a second. And I'm just going to say, it's something I always say, because I think it's, I've been doing this for 7+ years now. Well, first of all, welcome to our team's What is Coaching All About? I think it's so incredible that you're here, because I would not have been here. If someone invited me to this, I would have said no 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Like, I wouldn't have said yes. So the mere fact that you're on this call right now speaks volumes. It means that you're open enough to see new opportunities, something I wasn't at the time. Thankfully, I was eventually, but it's so important. So put in the comments where you're from. That's it. You don't have to give just where you guys are from. And also, I'd love to know, have you ever done a Beachbody program before? If you have, what is your favorite program? What one you're familiar with? Okay, so I'm going to pass this right off to Heather. Then we have another speaker coming on, Jessica, who is one of the most successful coaches in Beachbody's history. So you're going to get to hear from her as well. And Heather, why don't you kick us off? And what the heck are you doing here?
That's a good question. Well, not any longer, but it was way back when. So when Michael came to me and said he wanted to coach 7 years ago, I was like, I don't think so. We do not have time for this in our family. At the time, we have 2 girls. At the time, they were 5 and 7. I was busy practicing law. They were in kindergarten and 2nd grade, and Mike's a full-time state trooper. So I really didn't see how coaching would fit into our family's life, but he was pretty adamant about it. And so I said, great, have at it. And he did. But, as I mentioned, I'm a lawyer, and at heart, I'm pretty conservative and also skeptical. So I gave him a 6-month contract, and I said, listen, you know what, we need to make sure this is worth our family's time. So let's revisit this in 6 months. And we did. And what I'll tell you, what I saw in those first 6 months was that Michael was happy. If you are at all familiar with law enforcement, it can be a really stressful job. And so this was a reprieve from that. And, we had more of what I would call like discretionary income. I was getting my nails done. We were going to dinner more. And so I gave him a 6-month extension. The end of those 6 months, we actually had our annual conference. It's called Summit. It's held once a year, always in the summertime. This year, it happens to be in St. Louis. And when I went with him, I kind of went with the idea, like, I'm having a mini vacay. You go ahead and do whatever you need to do. But yeah, I joined him on the conferences and whatnot. And what I saw, and obviously I had been to continuing education classes before and conferences before, this is nothing like that. I mean, yes, you are learning, you are training with the best. We had incredible keynote speakers. But what I really took away from that event was that this company, which has now been around for 23 years, is a forward-thinking, innovating company that I completely understood being aligned with. It was really important to me to make sure that if we're focused our energy somewhere, we're busy, right? Everyone's so busy, that it was somewhere that was valuable and that made sense. And so that's how we got started. However, at that point in time, I was still kind of like, yeah, you do your thing. I was doing the programs and doing the plans, but I really wasn't involved too much in coaching until, let's fast forward to 2020. I took a step back from the practice of law and I dove headfirst into coaching, and I have not looked back. I still consult and I'm still licensed, but this is what I do every single day. And it has been so fundamentally valuable for our family on so many levels. And yes, it has changed our experiences as a family. We have gone on tons of trips together. We've made memories together. We are financially far more free than we ever were in the past. And, I normally don't bring in day-to-day stuff into these calls, but I wanted to share something that happened today. Today, I took my parents into New York City. My dad had a consult with a doctor, a neurologist, and there's no way I wouldn't have been there. But what I was able to take away from that is that coaching has allowed me to not just be there in the day. I didn't have to clear my work schedule with anybody. I asked no one's permission to go. And I was able to fully be there and be present. And now, in helping my dad forward and all the things and the hurdles that we're going to have, I'll be here. I won't have to clear a schedule for anyone. And so I just wanted to mention that to you guys, because to me, time is the most valuable asset we have. And that is one of the biggest things that this business has given to me and to our family. So the question that we'd love for you to have in the front of your mind as we're going through this call tonight is, what if it worked? Meaning, what if you got in the most incredible shape of your life? What if you met the most amazing people? And I'll tell you what, this community is powerful. It is supportive on so many levels. And Michael will share that with you through ups, downs. They're always there for you. What if it allowed you to pay for your kids' extra activities? What if it allowed you to just completely change careers and do your job on your terms? What if? And ultimately, what if, honestly, the worst thing that happened was you got in the best shape of your life? Wouldn't that be so worth it? And I think the answer to all of those things, all those what ifs, is really yes, this would make perfect sense. So what you're thinking about, why joining this team and why joining this team now, think about a couple things. All right. The reality is that home fitness is the answer for most people. I mean, like I said, Beachbody's been around for 23 years. It is the leader, honestly, in the health and wellness universe. And like I said, they're always innovating. There's always new things coming to the table. We have a brand new program launching next week, one following that in July. It is one thing after the next. And the whole reason that they do this is to constantly change it up and keep things fresh and exciting. So the reality is we're working out from home now. People are on the go and they're learning that they can get in just as credible shape at home or as at the gym. I mean, Michael still does these programs at the gym, and you can do that if you like, but this is on demand on your schedule. Like I said, we have a huge growth plan ahead. I mentioned we just actually had a launch in March. We have one next week and we have one in July. And these are all with our super trainers, and they're everything, you guys, running the gamut from a 4-week gut protocol health program that we just launched for nutrition, to Fire and Flow, which is what's coming next, which is going to be mobility and HIIT training, to a lifting program that's coming next month. This team is filled with veteran top team mentors. That means when you join our team, you are joining our community. You will have access to all of our resources. And that is really, really valuable. That will allow you to not just work one-on-one with your coach, but feel the power of this community in your day-to-day. If you have questions, they'll be answered. If you need a resource, it will be given to you. That's what we're here for. That's what this team does. Structuring your own success. This is pretty cool. What we like to say is, if you want to walk, we will walk. If you want to jog, we will jog. If you want to run, you will run. We are here, since we've done this now for a really long time, to help you reach your goals on your terms. And of course, they may change over time, and that's perfectly fine, and we'll adjust course, but that's what we're here to do for you. As I mentioned, our community is unmatched. Truthfully, our closest friends we meet new ones all the time, but some of them we've been with now for a really long time. And it's pretty cool because we get to travel together, experience things together, and ultimately lean on one another, which is really powerful. And finally, this part I think is pretty cool. There's no one like you, right? No one in the world. You get to, in this job, use your talent to help other people. And that's pretty cool because it's unique to you. You get to structure this the way you want to structure it. And we're here to support you. So that's why joining this team now. And, Mike's going to talk to you guys about what a coach does. When you think about it, whether you're joining this team for the community, to build a business, to get in the best shape of your life, to help other people, maybe it's all of those things, but you'll find an answer to all of it right here. And so that's what I think is one of the coolest parts, right?
It is. The fact that you're talking on this call is the most amazing part to me, because like I said, it was the biggest no. But again, I'll just quickly touch on what we do as a coach. I was the biggest no. I mentioned that before. I simply was willing enough to try a workout program I had no interest in trying, and utilize a nutritional drink I had no intention of using. Like, that was as simple as it started for me. I got an amazing result. I lost 20 plus pounds, lowered my cholesterol, my all my numbers changed. Resting heart rate obviously was improved. My blood pressure went down. All the things that were like markers of things to come. I just completely revamped my health. And I come from an athletic background. Like I said, I am a state trooper, and I guess that life kind of pays its tolls on your body. But yeah, I had a job. I have a job. I still am a trooper, and I didn't need another job. I just had such an overwhelming positive experience with the programs and the products that people were just asking me, what am I doing? Like, you're changing in front of people's eyes, and they want to know what you're doing. That's how it started. Of course, I didn't take action on that for 4 years later. That's how stubborn I was, until I met my coach, and I got an opportunity to be part of a workout program. And I just knew that this is what I had to do. So, but full-time job, full-time family, 2 kids, 2 young kids at the time, all the hobbies, all the sports, all the things, all the busyness. Where do you find the time? How do you do this? Well, there's plenty of pockets of times in the day to work this business, to work your side business, while having a full-time job and a full-time life. But what do we do as coaches? Well, ultimately, when it comes down to it, we become the best versions of ourselves, at least on the journey to being. And that's exactly how it started for me. I tried a program, like I said, and I tried our nutritional program plans, and I got great results. That led to me wanting to be a coach, to give this to other people, because I had such a positive experience with this. Now, listen, some people come into this, they're already fit as a fiddle and eating perfect. Great. That's awesome. You're now a step ahead of where a lot of people are sometimes. And you're better now equipped to, you're familiar with health, you're familiar with fitness, and you can now merge that into a business and wanting to grow a business. Your goal ultimately, no matter where you start from, is to become as contagious as possible in the best possible way. And you do that by showing up each day and being proof the products work. You don't have to be the expert in fitness. You don't have to be the expert in nutrition. We have those experts. You're essentially, think of yourself as the role model for others to follow in your footsteps, that they can get the same results that you got if they follow the plan, the program. And ultimately, that's the hardest part sometimes, is really getting someone through the door so they can actually see what this is, because they will get incredible results. Beachbody backs up that with 100% guarantee that you will get results or pay nothing. So it's just awesome that you have that in your back pocket to, like, not only have the experience yourself, but to give that without concern of what might happen and them not having a great experience. So what we do is after we learn social media, and you'll hear about me talk about my objections later, because I wasn't on social media. We use social media. It's one of our platforms to kind of get the word out, if you will. And ultimately, our goal is to help other people. And any business that surrounds itself with that mission is to help other people. Our mission statement is to help other people live healthier and more fulfilling lives. I can wrap my head around that. I'm in law enforcement. We have a lot of people on our team that are teachers, that are nurses, that are in service industries, actually servers, that are in service industry, excuse me, businesses. And at the end of the day, what is it? It's helping other people. So, we talked about the training, and there's so much training that you will get, although you don't need training to start. It's just about saying, okay, I'm open enough to an opportunity, a business opportunity that is going to surround itself with me getting in the best shape, or showing up every day, holding myself accountable to that, to my own health and fitness, and being able to share that. And the being able to share that part is something I had to learn, and I will talk about that in a little bit, but I don't want to take up too much time. So let's pass this on. So Jessica, I think I stole this from you last time. I'm going to pass the torch over to you right now. Jessica Bowser Nelson, she is our next speaker, and she's also my coach and mentor.
Hello, everybody. So excited you're taking time out of your night to just hang out with us and learn a little bit more. One of the coolest parts, I think, about our business is that we are not in the job of convincing you to do anything. So it's more about really just loving what we do so much that we want to share it with you, and we want you to say yes because we know what's possible with this opportunity. So it's just, for me, it's an honor to be here. And I just want to thank you for hanging out with us and potentially, growing your life with us, chasing your dreams with us, and getting the best results of your life with us. As you can see here, and they've already kind of spoken of this a little bit, is we have an incredible team you will be joining. There's something known as the Beachbody Challenge. This is where Beachbody literally takes the entire hundreds of thousands of transformations they get submitted to them. Odds are you've probably seen a Beachbody infomercial back in the day. If you know what an infomercial still is, those were those things that came on TV and would, share programs and share the before and afters that are always so astounding because Beachbody guarantees results. Well, they also give away $100,000 a year to one male and one female. And you guys, we have multiple $100,000 Beachbody winners on our team. It's one of the most exciting parts to me because it's just proof the products work. And it's really easy to share something that can do what you can see right there in the photo. Frank Del Piso, he just won last year. He is a coach on the team, and he is an extraordinary human that was in the middle of COVID. I'm just going to tell his story for a second. He was a comedian, which you can imagine, all live events were canceled, right? This is where most likely most people in his profession were struggling physically, mentally, financially. And what did Frank do? He joined the team as a coach. He took charge of his health, and he ended up winning $100,000 for it. I just think it's so remarkable what we have the opportunity to do for people by matching them up with these tools. In addition, we have, like I said, tons of challenge winners, coach advisory board members. Only eight coaches in the entire coach network meet with the CEO, the president, the founder, the creator of Beachbody multiple times throughout the year. We have multiple coaches on our team that have been appointed to that board. We have elite coaches. Those are the top rank in the company. We have legacy coaches, which means they've earned $1 million+ in earnings, multiple in every category, you guys. So I just want you to know you're in an amazing place, but this isn't about those people. This is about what's possible for you, because the beautiful part of this business as well is you can surpass, exceed, excel beyond anyone in this business at any time. It's not about who's been in it longer or whatever the case may be. There is no limit to what's possible. And for me, that was exciting because my story, a little bit about me, I was like going to How We Earn, because when I joined, I was not joining for anything. I wasn't joining for a business. I wasn't joining to create something to help people. I was joining to get a discount on a shake I did not want to drink. That's what I always call it, because literally I was at a super low place in my life. I was always into fitness because I love the mental benefits. I loved the sweat therapy. It is where I took out my aggression on my life, was in my workout. So, but when I discovered Beachbody at that time, I was going to the gym about 1.5 hours a day. And I always wonder, like, how do you actually get results? Because I cannot imagine anyone's working harder than me, going longer than me on a consistent basis, except for, maybe a few super crazy people. But then I discovered Beachbody. And the very first program I did, I got better results than I had gotten literally in 10 years, going to the gym almost every single day. And I was blown away. So I already knew I was in for the workouts. When they said they guarantee results, when you follow the plan, they are not lying. I actually got so ripped that I was trying to get unripped. I was like, oh my gosh, I am so jacked. Then I got engaged and I'm like, I think I need to figure out how to look like a girl again. So it is that amazing if you go all in. And, but like I said, things started to turn for me. I got to a really low place in my life. I actually got married, and my marriage, I was just struggling. And I don't know if you guys have ever been where you're struggling internally, and it's coming out externally. I was so tired. I was so drained. I was so beat down. I was waiting tables. And I remember walking into the dish pit area. And has anyone here ever waited tables before? You know what the dish pit is? That's where all of the servers bring all of the leftover dirty dishes and the, the leftover food and the drinks. And there's a huge trash can and you dump the wine glasses and all the Cokes like in the trash. And you scrape the food. It's disgusting. And there's holes in the bottom of the trash can for the sludge to pour out. Because if not, it would fill up with liquid. It's going to go down the drain. And there's this black rubber mat on the ground so you don't slip in the sludge. And I remember the day. I remember it. I mean, I literally can see it. I looked down at that mat and I just thought, I'm just going to go to sleep on this mat. And I am smart enough to know that's not good. When I felt that way, I was like, this is not a good sign. And I knew something had to change. And I was I'm very much a control freak, a perfectionist. And I was hiding a lot of my struggles because I wasn't supposed to struggle. I grew up in church. Like that was embarrassing, it was humiliating. And I knew it was just something you don't, you sweep it under the rug. Well, I was wanting to lay down on this dirty rug. So long story short, I messaged my coach. It was this lady that would randomly email me every now and then and like send me a recipe that I wasn't going to make. And I was like, maybe she can help me because I was doing the insanity workout. Have any of you guys ever done insanity with Shaun T? It is perfectly named. It is insane. And we're in month 2, which is like 54 minutes of pure insanity. And one thing I'm not a quitter. You guys, if you're not a quitter, if you're a hard worker, if you want more out of your life, if you're like the person at your job that's hustling and like wants big things for your life, this is for you. Because I had some of those attributes where I was like, I was removed from my dreams and my sense of self and my happiness. I still deep in my soul, I wanted more for my life. I hoped there was more for my life. And I messaged her and I said, what do? I got to get this program. She said, you got to try Shakeology. Now that is our all natural meal replacement shake. And when I heard that, I was like, wah, wah, wah. I'm like, oh my God, this lady just told me to drink a shake. Like my life is falling apart. And she wants me to drink a shake. Like she has no idea. Like I don't sleep at night. My husband like hates me. He comes home drunk every night. Like he pees on my clothes. Like she wants me to drink a shake. Like I'm literally like, because in my mind I built it up like this lady's gonna say something that's gonna change my life and I'm gonna do it no matter what. Like I'd drawn my line in the sand. I was going for it. And she said, drink a shake. I was so annoyed. I was like, ugh, this lady's trying to sell me something. I thought she was gonna help me. But because I'm a weirdo and I had already made a decision. And when I decide something, no turning back, I was like, I guess I got to drink this stupid shake, even though I was already like drinking a protein shake that was Oreo flavor. I mean, how could it get better than that? So by now she at least had learned I am also thrifty and I do not spend money on things like a shake. And she said, you know what, you should join as a coach because if you keep it, number one, how do we earn? You're going to get a discount. You're going to save 25%. Well done. Like, I'm not going to pay more for something when I can pay less for something. Like that was a no brainer. I'm just like, where's the dotted line? Like, I don't care, lady, just send me the stupid shake because apparently it's magical. And that was how I started my journey. Let me tell you something. 2 weeks into drinking that stupid shake, it was not the same as my generic Oreo protein shake that I was gagging down at the gym every day. I started to actually feel a difference in my body. Now it took 2 weeks. Thankfully, I'm obedient. She said, drink it every day. And so I did because it's like a vitamin. It has to seep into your bloodstream to feel its full effect. She didn't tell me all that. But I could feel a difference. All of a sudden I could almost like exhale. I was like getting mental clarity back. I was starting to feel what actually healthy food could do. And I thought I ate healthy because like when I ate turkey sandwiches, I skipped mayonnaise and cheese. So I was pretty much like a health nut back. I mean, this was 10 years ago. So that was number one. Number two, I already knew the results from the programs were astounding. Number three, she added me to a team. And here was a secret little world of people that were supportive and encouraging and helpful and kind. And I didn't have that. And I mean, really, I thought it was too good to be true. I'm like, what do these people want from me? But it felt good. It was a positive space. And I started to think, man, I wonder how this lady makes money. Because if I could get paid to do something that was so fulfilling and rewarding, I'm in. And that's when I started to learn, what is this about? you earn 25 to 40% commission on anything purchased through your site that Beachbody creates for you as soon as you join. It's literally up and running within like 5 minutes. That was a really high commission structure based on my research coming out of college. So I was like, well, that's kind of amazing. So I think I worked for like 5% commission once and I made nothing. And not because 5% is low, because I actually never sold anything in another job that I had. So I was pumped about 25 to 40%. Then there's a thing called Team Cycle Bonus. This is where you get paid not only on your efforts, but on the team. And this for me is big, because not only is it big as in the possibility, the availability, because you are one person and you could only do so much. I was already doing that. I was doing that waiting tables. I was working open to close. I was picking up every single shift. I was working every single holiday. I couldn't do more to increase my income in my job. Now, Team Cycle Bonus means, guess what? You're already working and you're hustling and you're doing your thing. That's your commission. But Team Cycle is when the team works as well and you earn off the team. So I thought, okay, well, how do you compound your paycheck? You get paid off other people too. So this cannot be a bad thing. But then what I really love about it is the more people you help, the more you earn. And for me, that was everything. There's incentive trips, you guys. Not only are we going to become your best friends, we're going to go on vacations together once a year to tropical locations. And we're going to be drinking cocktails with little umbrellas in it together. They send gifts, they send rewards. I don't even know if you can see behind me. They sent me custom Nikes. I won't even wear them because I would never buy custom Nikes. So they just sit in this plastic case so I can stare at them because they're that special and that exciting. And they came from Beachbody. It's pretty cool. I never had a job where I got rewarded like this ever. Whether it's recognition, prizes, incentives, it's all there. So let's move on to the next slide. And we'll talk really quickly about New Coach Income Success. So here you can see an example of the actual pay of what you'll actually be earning. A great foundational goal in your business that I did from day one. Like I said, this was 12 years ago, you guys. So I know you can do it today because it's so much easier with social media. I mean, I wasn't even on Instagram. I didn't even have internet on my phone. Now you have all of those things and you're going to have all of the training within the team to teach you exactly how to do it. But just so you know, you can see an example here, helping 3 people a month. Guess what? Month 1, you're in on average about $50 per pack because you're just going to set them up with all the same tools that you're going to get started with because that's how you succeed and that's how they succeed. Just on month 1, that's $150 in commission. Now, when they continue on month 2, month 3, because that's the beauty of residual income is as long as they continue using the products, you continue getting paid. You can see how that's going to compound over time. Whereas month 2, you're hitting 246. Month 3, that's 342. And you guys, this once again is only with your efforts. This will compound within the team as you continue to help other people do the same thing. But the good news is you don't have to know how to do any of this. This is all learned, taught. You get to learn from our mistakes because we have made so many. Your learning curve is going to be a lot smaller when you just do what your coach tells you to do, which is exactly what I did. And I'm just really excited to see who jumps in with us. All right, who am I turning it over to? Michael, you want to talk about a few common objections?
Oh my goodness. And yes, I had every one of them. Like again, guys, I'm a police officer. I am a skeptic by nature. So when I realized I wanted to do this, like I wanted to be part of this business, because I wanted to, I was working overtime. I was trying to make ends meet. Like that's just the way it is, right? I see so many people do that. I wanted something that was going to be bigger. I wanted something more. There was, like Jessica mentioned, there was like this little flicker inside of me that needed to be fueled, and I needed to ignite it. And I was open enough to look, and I was open enough to try. So, but that's not enough because I still had all these objections I had to overcome. I didn't want to be a salesperson. Like that's not what I do. That's not what most people want to do. They don't want to be in sales. And for me, it was about, since I was a product of the product, it was about, and people were asking me what I was doing, and I was okay with telling people what I was doing. It wasn't about selling. It was more about sharing what I'm doing. And then, eventually getting a social media account because they're like, hey, listen, by the way, you need a social media account. I'm like, I'm a law enforcement. We're not really on social media too much. It's kind of frowned upon. And she's like, you're not going to be on social. You're not being on Facebook. There's no way. I'm like,
Because it's because you used to tease me.
I did. I made fun of people on Facebook. It's a true story. and someone actually make a fake account for me, and I almost killed them. Anyway, so it's not about being a salesperson. If that's what you want to do, there's other jobs for that. That's not what this is. So I'm not at my fitness goal. So while I got to my fitness goal when I started, most people are starting not at their fitness goal. And I use Frank, or there's plenty of examples, but Frank had 100 pounds to lose. So whether you're 1 pound or 100 pounds or more, you'll fall into this category. People don't want to see you after the after. They want to see the before, but more importantly, they want to see from the before to the after. They want to see the journey. And I use like the marathon example because I think it's just a good one. You watch the 5 o'clock news and the marathon's over and they're like, oh, you see the person crossing the line, like, oh, looks pretty cool. Like, that must not have been that hard. I mean, good for them. People want to see you at the start line, the gun go off. They want to see you at the first mile. They want to see you kind of struggle a little bit, stop at the water station and like bent over, gasping for air. They want to see like you overcoming some things and the darkest lows and the highest highs. And that's what you're doing. You're sharing your journey along the way. The hard part is being willing to share your journey along the way. And I think that's what we're really good at showing you how to do that authentically. It's something that you can wrap your head around and feel good about sharing. You know, because again, I was a law enforcement. I wasn't going to put pictures of myself on social media. And I quickly realized that that's not, you know, for me, it was something I wanted to change. So, okay, I don't have a lot of time. I touched on that before. We have all the things. Everyone has all the things. I don't know anybody who says, I have just so much time right now. I don't even know what to do with it. Everyone has a busy schedule. It's what's important to you. And for me, it was, I'm going to do this. I want to build a business. I might not know what I'm doing, but I know it's been done. And I trust my coach, my mentor. So I'm going to do it. And I'm going to find the time. I'm going to find the pockets of time throughout the day because they exist. And I'm going to build this business from this. It was actually an iPhone 4 at the time. And that's what I did. And that's what you can do with even an iPhone 4. I don't even know if they support iPhone 4s right now. So maybe you can if you have an iPhone 4. So who am I to motivate? You don't have to be motivated. Your story, your journey, who you are is what's motivating. And you just have to believe that that's factual because it is. And motivation comes after action. I'm a big proponent of that. So if you're not motivated, take action and motivation will start to surface. If it's too expensive. All right, so here's, so I burned my first 1 or 2 DVDs of Beachbody because I wasn't going to pay for it. And maybe that's true or not. I don't know if I can get in trouble for that now at this point, but for me, $160 to open up a business. I can't open up, I love coffee. I can't open up a coffee shop for less than hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have no product overhead. I have no brick and mortar. There's no electric to pay. There's no employees to pay. If $160, if I couldn't wrap my head around that, then I obviously wasn't going to be able to do any of this. But we're consuming and using our investment, if you will. That's our investment into this, into your business. I didn't view that, eventually did not view that as a lot of money. So what we get with, and I'll show you guys in a little bit, what you actually get for $160, you'll kind of realize you're crazy not to. Like you're crazy not to. So, and I said to myself, that's it. If I'm going to lose $160, I'm all in. Okay, I don't have spouse support. Some people don't. Some people don't. And I'd love for you to talk to your coach, or by all means, shoot us a message if you're debating that, and we'd be happy to help show you what we did or what I did to get her to be now an amazing coach, which she is. I didn't do it. She did it. Okay, so I don't have a big following. Again, I didn't have social media. So if you don't have a social media account, you don't have a big following, that's not a prerequisite to any of this. I think most coaches, an overwhelming majority of coaches don't. And you don't even need a large social media to have a large, highly successful business. And I think that's an important thing to understand. It's not I have to get that first before I can be a coach. Okay. is it a pyramid scheme? And I think maybe when I first started, this is something I thought of in the beginning, and I really don't get this objection anymore. Maybe it's because of the high profile of what Beachbody is, and that, you know, we're on this, traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and the fact that we're just, you know, the leader in home fitness. But yeah, I guess that was a concern at first. Like, I don't want to be involved in like a multi-level marketing business. I don't even know what that is. And it didn't sound right, because I guess I knew of other companies that were not so good. So pyramid schemes are illegal. That's not what we are. And if that is something that you know, it is a concern of yours, by all means, like, talk to the coach that invited you to this and let them help explain to you why that is not remotely the case. Okay, challenge packs. You want to hit challenge packs? Or do you want me to hit challenge packs? You got challenge packs.
But you guys, I mean, Mike mentioned it's $160 to get started. It's actually a total solution pack. It's been renamed. So we're going to rename this slide going forward, but that's what it's called because it's a total solution. It's going to give you access to your entire on-demand library, which is our 1,600 workouts and our 2 nutrition platforms. It'll give you your Shakeology, and it will give you, depending upon the month, access to one of our brand new programs and equipment. In this example, it's access to one of our programs, MBF, and our cordless jump ropes. So what it also does is it gives you your Coach Online office, and that's really powerful. That's where you have like an entire back office of all of your customers, all of your clients, the team that you will build in the future. Your marketing plans are all there. Your resources are all there. Your training is there. It is really powerful, the amount of content that Beachbody gives you and the way you can operate your own online office. That's part of this. And, you know, whether you got started as a coach or even as just a regular customer, you're paying the same price. The coach sign-up fee is completely waived when you purchase the total solution pack. So it's not just about opening your business and starting this, but this is also about your personal journey. You're going to have everything you need personally for your health and wellness, which is pretty awesome.
Okay, so before I pass this back to Jessica, I'm just going to close and just saying, because I talked about objections a lot. If you have any of those objections, like if there's anything that's holding you back, talk about it. Like if you're here watching this, that's a huge step in the right direction in my eyes. Like, as I mentioned, when I first opened this up. So you were willing to watch this video, ask questions, ask the real questions you want to know answered, ask them to your coach, and they'll be happy to talk to you about, you know, more in depth about their business. I mean, the fact that I started this side business, trying to earn $500 a month and now earning multi six-figure income, doing something that I was going to do anyway. I was going to work out. I was going to eat healthier, and people were already asking me. So I was obviously already willing to share this with other people. And listen, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success being a coach. It's totally dependent upon your own skill, effort, and due diligence. And that's what I was drawn to. I was drawn to the fact that I wasn't beholden to anybody or anything, that I could be as successful as I wanted to be. And no one could stop me from going all the way to the top of whatever success ladder I deemed I was on. So that's why I just want to close with that. I'm going to pass it back to Jessica. And I just want to thank you guys for, taking the time to watch this video.
Yes, you guys, thank you for hanging out. And I just wanted to say one more thing too, and that is you have literally nothing to lose. And because worst case scenario or best case scenario, I don't know, you get in the best shape of your life. All of a sudden you have energy to play with your kids. Like I said, you have confidence when you look in the mirror. You just feel good. You feel vibrant. You feel alive. You don't even know perhaps what healthy is like me. Like I thought I was healthy. I didn't even know how my body could feel, how my mind could feel, what encouragement and support could do for my life, what people in my corner could do for me. Cause I'm more of a do-it-yourselfer, like a loner by nature. So I always thought that I didn't need that. But when you have something that you might not need, but it doesn't mean it won't add incredible value to your life. Like I said, you guys, that's worst case scenario. So sign me up, please, because that sounds kind of amazing. Or you go on And you get to be the person that plays a part in literally saving someone's life. And that might seem dramatic or extreme, but it's possible. You know, we have people on this team that were told by their doctor they wouldn't make it to their niece's graduation. And they went on to lose 160 plus pounds. I know for myself, I don't even want to imagine where my life would be, because after I joined 12 years ago, it doesn't mean all of a sudden your life just, you know, grows flowers around your head and you walk around with a halo. But instead, I ended up hitting some of the toughest times of my life. And I only was able to overcome them in the way I did because I was a coach, because we work on not only our bodies, but our minds, because we have a community to lean on, to lean into when times get tough. So what if you're the person, maybe you're like, but I'm good. I don't need any of this stuff. But what if you get to be the person that helps someone else along that path? Would it be worth it? Or lastly, maybe you go all in and you're like, you know what? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. And this is my moment. And I'm going to show up and I'm going to give it every single thing I've got. And I'm going to do every single thing my coach tells me to do. And I'm going to grow an extraordinary business where I'm no longer stressed by finances. I'm no longer beat down by life. I'm no longer just sitting with that feeling of regret and wondering what if, and could that have been me? And I'm just going to do the thing. And all of a sudden I'm going to blow my own mind every single day, because you guys, there are coaches on this team that started with hundreds of thousands of student loan debt, gone. There are coaches that could not have children that were able to then afford IVF, that now, right now, are putting their twins to bed at night. And if that isn't powerful and make you do whatever you need to do, I don't know what is. But when I think of those things, it makes me want to be a coach. It makes me want to invite somebody to join me. It makes me want to get on here at 9:15 the night before I'm going on a 4 a.m. drive to go meet my new little nephew, because it matters. And you might be that person, and you might be discouraged and lost and whatever, or you might just want more, and you might just know you're capable of more and been looking for a thing. This is the thing, you guys. This is the thing. And I'm excited you're here. I don't think you're here by chance. I hope you consider it, but I also hope you don't consider it. I hope you don't even think about it anymore, because maybe you're like me and you're an overthinker. And if you wait till tomorrow, you already know you're going to talk yourself out of whatever it was, because that's what you do. And just message the person that invited you, say, fine, sign me up. And we'll have you on one of these telling your story before you know it. I guarantee it. All right, you guys, thank you for joining us. I hope to see you on the team page. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.